continued for another year or so. Things would be quiet for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but then the scary guy would be back. I asked him to describe what he looked like. He said it was a guy, but he could only see him from the chest up. The rest was shadows, and where his eyes should be was just black holes. He would draw pictures of stick figures with black around them, and black holes for the eyes, absolutely unnerving. One day, I mentioned what we'd been dealing with to a coworker, who relayed the story to someone she knew that ran a paranormal team. He approached me one day and asked if we would be interested in having them come check out our house and see if they could help. I gladly accepted, and they came out a few weeks later. They spent a good 45 minutes in the room trying to connect with the scary guy and felt that they had found something. A neutral spirit who didn't seem to be harmful, but maybe not always truthful either. Who was attached to my son, not the house. He seemed more curious and lonely than anything. They felt it was possible my son could be a medium. After they left, things were quiet for about a week, but then, not only was he complaining about the scary guy, but several others. I knew this was a possibility, but it was so frustrating. I didn't know what else to do at this point. We had tried salt sprays, asking them to leave, cleansing and blessing the house. One day when it was just me at home, I sat down and just repeatedly asked them to leave. They weren't welcome, we'd had enough. It had been around 3 years at this point, and while I never felt particularly threatened or uncomfortable in my home, it bothered me that my son was still scared by these things. That night, he still complained about them being present, and I went to bed feeling defeated. Then I had a dream, a very vivid dream. I was lying in bed, and in my closet stood a man who was visible from the chest up, with black holes where his eyes should be. He said, "I'm your son's scary guy. I'm not here to harm him. I'm just lonely and he can see me." I told him, "I know who you are and you're not welcome here. You scare my son and you need to leave and never come back." He vanished and I immediately woke up. I stared hard into my closet, but nothing was there. I didn't mention this dream to my son until he was 12 years old, but he never once complained about him or any other visitors again.